Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing okay. This is going to be a makeup tutorial slash chatty video. It's going to be a little bit longer than my usual videos, but I just thought it'd be a nice chance to recreate this look that I created on my Look Fantastic and my Rockbox videos I recently posted, and a lot of you have been asking, can I do a tutorial on it? So this is what I do, quite a dramatic winged eyeliner using the Makeup Revolution and the eyeshadows using this gorgeous pastel mint by Huda Beauty. So as well as showing you how I put this eye look all together, I do go into telling you what I've been up to, how I'm coping in lockdown, what I'm doing, what my plans are, and all that stuff, and also a chance for us to have a bit of a chat down below in the comments as well. So I hope you enjoy watching, I hope you find my tutorial informative, and I hope you enjoy chatting down below in the comments with us all as well. So on to my tutorial then. So I've done my base and I've done my eyebrows ready, so that's all that's left for me to do is my eye makeup and a little bit of lipstick. So for this particular eye look, I like to go all over my eyelid in like a base colour, and this is the best base colour by far. And if some of you are subscription box lovers like myself, then you might already have one of these in your collection. This is the Style London and it's the Velvet Touch in shade Angel. You can tell which one I've been using. That is the shade, that is amazing. It's like a beigey but with a pink undertone, so it brightens. But for a base shade where I want to brighten my eyes and concentrate mainly on the eyeliner with a little bit of shadow in the crease, then this is perfect. I love it. So I'm using, oh this is old, this is a Eco Tools brush. I don't even know what it is, I've had it for years, but it's quite a dense brush and yeah, it's nice. It's really nice just to tap it on the shadow and put it on your eyelids. Applying that all over my eye, right at the top to my eyebrows. So how are you all? How are you doing? How are you finding lockdown in your country? It's difficult. It is so difficult. I live in Wales in the UK. I've just been up and down with my feelings. Yeah, 1 minute I'm okay, thinking I'm loving this, being with my family, not having to stress about where I need to be, what I need to do, but then on the other hand, it's like, whoomph, reality hits and it's like, okay, I'm happy in my little bubble, but outside of this little bubble, what is going on, you know? I can't see any of my family, like a lot of you lot as well. I live an hour away from my mum and dad, and this is the first time in 3 years that I haven't seen them weekly. If you didn't already know, my mum had a massive stroke about 3 years ago, and she was in hospital for about 5 months, and then she came home, and since then I've been going up there every Sunday to look after her while my dad has a day off, going around the place doing shopping, things like that. So yeah, it's really odd. This is the third weekend that I haven't been up there. They are okay though, they are fine, and my husband's parents as well, they are okay. They live a little bit closer, but they're doing okay as well. So it's just a bizarre time, isn't it? It is just bonkers to think that we are actually in a pandemic. This is going to be marked down in history, you know, and we're living through it right now. We are lucky. Obviously, we are so lucky compared to when, you know, the last time we had a pandemic worldwide, which was, well, what was it, the Spanish flu in 1918. Yeah, you know, we've got tellies, we've got internet, you know, so we're not stuck at home, not being able to watch telly, not being able to go online. Some of us aren't anyway. Obviously I've got to be mindful of the people that were already struggling in this world beforehand. Obviously, if I think too deeply about it, it just overwhelms me, really overwhelms me. Plus you've got the vulnerable children and adults in houses and things that, you know, this is the worst thing to happen to them. But yeah, see, if I get too much into it, then I dwell and then I get upset. So this video is all about me applying the makeup, which I'll get on to step 2 in a minute. But also it's just like a little check-in to see how you're all doing, and also if you've got any tips, pop them down below. But yeah, I want this to be a positive video. Try and bring a little bit of positivity in this really uncertain time. So now onto my Huda Beauty palette, which I love. This is the Mint Obsessions. It's one of the newest palettes Huda Beauty has released. They came out with a pastel range about a month or so ago now. This cost me £27 from, I think it's Cult Beauty. And these are colours that I wouldn't normally go for. which I think is the reason why I went for it, because I have a lot of palettes that have very similar colours, and this is completely out there, isn't it? Really, really out there. So I thought I would give it a go and see how many looks I can come up with. And I've already filmed one look. I'll pop a picture of my eye look that I did in that video. That'll be going up sometime in the next week or two. I'm going to film another look with it as well, and also I'm going to be using this today. I'm only going to be using 2 colours here. I'm going to be using that one and that one. I'm using a Morphe G24, and it's a nice little fluffy brush, and I haven't used it since I last did this, so it's a little bit, so it's got a little bit of powder on there. So with this particular brush, it's got a rounded end, and that helps getting into the crease, but also to blend outwards as well. So because I'm not going to do a lot of eye work, this is perfect. It's nice and quick and easy, and it just gives a little bit of colour there, because without it, it'll just look a little bit strange, especially because I've put that pale base on. So yeah, circular motions, really, really lightweight, just slightly above where my crease is there. Starting at the corner, and then just bringing it over gently, and I'll be building this up. So one thing I've noticed that really, really helps me since the lockdown started was getting out for a walk. We are lucky in that where we live, it's, you know, there's shops and towns around, but it's not far before you're in the back roads and you can go through fields and things like that. So yeah, we have been going out once a day. Well, me and my younger son, Oliver, we've been going out for an hour, doing about 3 miles. And we started this last week. So the first week it was all like, oh my gosh, what is going on? Getting used to it. My husband at home, all 3 kids at home, and me at home, and the dog, all getting used to each other, you know. But the second week it's like, right, okay, had more of a focus. So yeah, so starting exercise. So I'm just going to slightly buff that up there. I don't want to go too high, but just high up on the brow bone there, but not right underneath my brow. And then I'm going to just bring it out. So yeah, so we've been going out and doing different routes around where we live, and it's been great. It's been really lovely. The fact that there's hardly anybody about, which is great. So we, you know, we're not dodging people, but the people that we have seen, you know, we say hello and everything, which is nice, but also we cross the road, or they cross the road if they see us. So we are completely social distancing from one another. I'm aware that if you live in cities or anything, well, that is going to be a little bit more difficult. But yeah, so we found it okay. But I've just found that when I come home, I am red. I am bright red. I've burnt like 500 calories because there's lots of hills around where we live as well. But then once I've had like my favourite water, sparkling water from Aldi, and it's the elderflower one, and it always goes whenever I go to Aldi. That is the blue top one, is the one that just seems to go. So it's not just my favourite, it seems to be a lot of people's favourites. Well, anyway, once I've had one of those, a litre of those when I come back from my walk, oh, I just feel so refreshed and happy, just really nice and chilled. By doing the daily walks, it's just lifted my mood, really lifted my mood. Hasn't affected my weight. I haven't lost no weight whatsoever. I need a good couple of stone to lose, but this is not a time for diet. I don't think so. No, definitely not. Definitely worth for me anyway. For me. Obviously, I don't want to like put on about 3 or 4 stone. If I want to have a bottle of wine, or if I want to have chocolates or something like that, then I will have it. Although it is a bit more strict because my husband and I, obviously we don't want to leave the house. So we're tending to do one big shop a week, and we're going to Aldi's or Morrison's, and we're going at about 7 o'clock at night where it tends to be quite quiet. So yeah, so as far as walking goes, I think that really, really helps. So that's that eyeshadow done. Now I'm going to go on to this one here, which is stunning. Just using a brush I received years ago, Beauty Big Bang. Hasn't got a number. It's another little rounded brush, but it's just nice to get into the here, because I'm going to go up there and down. So I'm doing like a C. So starting here, hopefully you can see there, right in the corner, and then down here. And I'll tidy this up at the end as well down here, because I don't want it going all the way down here. See there? So using the brush that I used for the eyeshadow, just blend the very edges up there. That's what I'm doing. Just blending it a little bit more and bringing it over. Oh, if you spot my horrible nails, oh my gosh, that's another thing, but it's quite negative, so I won't tell you. But yeah, no, it's all right. It's fine. It's just I was due to have my gel nails redone this week, but obviously you can't because everything's all closed here. They get to this stage of about 4 or 5 weeks and they start pinging off, or the edges start lifting. So I thought, right, I'll file them all down and I'll just blend them in with my natural nails. Yeah, some of them came off, and you know what they do, they rip your nails, don't they? It's awful. So they are really short, but I've got two gel nails still stuck there. So I'm gonna have to file them again, put like a nice nail polish on, but never mind, it doesn't matter. It's only nails, it's only nails. So doing exactly the same on the other side. So yeah, the supermarkets here, my husband and I are finding that it's great. We tend to go at about 7 o'clock at night, and it is a lot quieter. I had to drive to my pharmacy yesterday to pick up some medication, which again is great because I had to knock on the door. A lady came out with mask and gloves and everything, asked what I wanted, gave her my name, address. She shut the door, and there's all like stickers on the pavement where you had to stand, and it was only me there. And then she comes out then 5 minutes later with a bag then of my medication, hands it to me, and off I go. But yeah, so anyway, as I was driving to the pharmacist, I noticed some of the supermarkets had queues all the way outside of the store. So definitely if you can, try and go later. The later the better. And again, the earlier you go, apparently, is more and more queues because people want to get those toilet rolls and pastas, which is ridiculous. Don't do it. Please don't do it, because it's not fair. It's not fair, especially when there's no delivery slots for like Asda, Morrison's, Tesco's, who else does home deliveries. There's no slots. We've tried looking. And I've tried looking for my parents as well. There is no slots available. But yeah, so we go shopping at about 7 o'clock, and yeah, it's not too bad. Like Aldi, for instance, that was quite nice. It's 1 in, 1 out. There's like a security guard outside, and the pavement's all marked so that we know where to stand. But outside the door, there's sprays, there's wipes and everything, so you can use them before you go in, you can use them after you come out. And yeah, it is quiet. It is really quiet going around. It took me a good couple of days to pluck up the courage to go shopping, which is ridiculous, but it did, because I was really nervous, absolutely nervous. So when I went and it was Aldi, I was really impressed. I'm just adding a tiny bit here. See, the more I talk, the more I add. But no, I just want it in the corners. But yeah, I was really impressed. The staff behind the counters, they've got screens up now as well. So yeah, definite tip, go as late as you possibly can. But that might not be the same everywhere. It's Pembrokeshire, so it might not be the same all over. So apologies if you're thinking, well, you're talking a load of rubbish, Claire. It's different everywhere, isn't it? So going back to this brush again, just blending the top in there. It's so pretty. I absolutely love these shades. Love them. I've started getting into ghost hunting. That's the geeky side of me coming out. Not watching beauty videos. I don't know, I'm just not doing it. And I've become obsessed with watching investigations to do with the Queen Mary, the massive ship that is docked in California, and it's supposed to, yeah. I just think it's a load of bollocks. But I think I would make an amazing, what are they called, parapsychologists. I'm trained in psychology anyway, but I am absolutely obsessed with the paranormal. I've yet to see anything, so I don't know where my belief stands, really. I do believe there's something out there, but you know, I'm watching these videos and I'm thinking, yeah, right, well, that door, be a little bit loose, just things like that. I'm pointing out things all the time thinking, nah, there's always an explanation, So I'm desperately trying to find a video where there is no explanation except for paranormal activity. I haven't really found one yet. Started watching films as well. I'm not into horror films, as in Saw, like Wolf Creek as well, anything with his torture and it's real pure disgusting, you know. I love suspense, I love jump scares, I like paranormal films. So I watched The Nun the other day. Rubbish. I just thought, you know what, this could have been an amazing film, but no, wasn't impressed with it. Went back to watching Poltergeist, which I haven't watched for years and years. Oh my god, it's 1982. They need to do a remake, unless I've missed it, I don't know. You know, it's Steven Spielberg, it's not that scary, but it's, yeah, a non-scary film I did watch, and it wasn't something that I thought I would be interested in, but it's, oh my gosh, what's it called? It's the one that has got Lady Gaga in it, and she's a singer. Oh my gosh, oh, mind has gone blank, can't remember, but that film anyway. What an amazing film, I absolutely loved it. I was hooked, didn't think I would be, but I was hooked. Eyeliner now, and this is Makeup Revolution Renaissance, and it's in shade blue. I've got this in black, and it's one of my favourite liquid eyeliners. So when I spotted that they do this in blue, I thought, oh, I'm gonna have to get it. So I'm gonna stop talking now and try and concentrate while I do this. Now, a load of you ask me, how do I apply my eyeliner? Because I'm a lady of a certain age now, I used to be able to draw lines going up and then across for flicks. Can't do that anymore because I've got a little bit of sagginess going on here, so I have to draw lines going down and across. So I start off by lining my lash line, and I place this on its side. And I just like dot it across like that. I got a little bit down there, but never mind. So that's just a baseline. Do it to the other side. There, so we're a little bit messy at the moment, so I'm going to thicken them up a little bit. So start here. So the aim of a nice sweeping eyeliner look, which I go for, is to have this section here thicker and then coming over, so it goes thin, thick, and then sweep. Do you see what I mean? So I'm widening this section here, but making sure I don't thicken up anything from about here onwards. Now, can you see the difference between that one and that one? So thicken this one. So that's what I look like there. Now, sometimes if I can't be bothered to do a really big thick, sometimes if I can't be bothered to do a really big flick, then I just sort of point the ends here. So I would just draw like a little triangle there then, just to finish the ends off, and just keep it like that. But no, I want to go up. So you want to follow an imaginary line from the underneath your eye going up like that. Don't aim for the corners of your eyebrows, because my eyebrows are painted on. They're drawn on, they are completely fake. And you know, some people's eyebrows finish here, some people's eyebrows finish there. So if you use your eyebrow as a guide, it could go wrong. Use your under eye as a guide, where you can feel the sort of the end of your brow bone, aim towards there. So for me, it happens to be in line with my eyebrow, so that's handy, but a little bit higher. Hope that makes sense. Hope it makes sense. I'm not used to explaining it. But here we go. Let's see if I get it right. So I stop halfway just to make sure that it's going sort of in the same direction. Starting from just underneath the very top, so I am going to extend that a little bit, but starting from about here, I want to connect that to the middle of my eye, to about here. So there. It looks a little bit messy, but you can tidy this up. So it looks quite thick at the moment, so do the same here. So it looks like that. Now is the tidying up part. So this needs to be a little bit thicker to blend in with that one underneath. So I'm just thickening up the very bottom there. Just tidying up the bottom here as well. It's getting there. Now I need to extend the corners. So with this one, there, I'm concentrating too hard. Normally this like takes me a minute or two, something like that. I do it quite quick, tidy it up and things. I always do that. It's never perfect straight away, but I'm really like concentrating to make sure that it's perfect. But it's not perfect, but it'll do. It'll do. So the next step is under eye. So I've got Urban Decay. Which one is this? This is Glide 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in shade Sabbath. It's a navy, so that will work perfectly. Or if you fancied going for a tonal colour, completely different, so I might do that today actually. This eye look I first did in my April Look Fantastic and I used the navy, but for this I'm going to use this one, which is CYO, and this is Set in Our Sights. So you can see it's a gorgeous sort of teal colour. I'm going to apply it where my lashes are, blend it with a finger, and then I'm going to apply a little bit in the waterline. So I'm going right in the corner there to meet up with the blue liquid eyeliner. You see, just connect it there and then bring this over, applying it in amongst my bottom lashes and then fading it out when I get towards the middle. And then in the waterline, again, not all the way over. Another thing I've been doing as well, which is more so now that we're in lockdown than before, is cooking. I'm not a very good cook. I do like following the odd recipe now and again. I obviously cook meals for my family, but if we're having anything different or extravagant, then it's my husband that does the cooking because he loves following recipes and doing things like that. I've been cooking different types of meals, mainly being forced to find what's in the cupboards and using them, which is what we should be doing. My gosh, just 2 weeks of lockdown has taught me so much about life and what I took for granted beforehand, and I'm really interested in seeing, I can't wait to see how our lives will be when this is all over, whether we'll take on board what we've learnt through this experience or whether we'll go back to normal, or whether I would go back to what I was like before. Everything in life is a learning process, and everything you go through, you might not come out a different person, but you have a different perspective. But yeah, so back to baking. Baking with the kids. They've been enjoying making cupcakes, red velvet cakes, which are lovely. My daughter's made some frosting. And yeah, it's going really well. Banana bread, where did banana bread come from? Now, I thought, right, let's make some banana bread because it'd be nice to have like for breakfast or little snacks or something like that. And then before I know it, it's all over social media. Everyone is making banana bread. I used to make it years ago when the kids were little. Is it an Annabelle Carmel? Do you lot remember? If you've got any kids, did you buy any of the cookery books? I'm sure it's in one of those books. But yeah, so making banana bread. But have you noticed yourselves like doing things either more so or doing things that you've never done before? Are you using this time to learn something new? Like I would love to learn Italian, and I've downloaded some apps and I'm just looking into which one best suits me. I've got dyslexia, so learning anything language related is really difficult for me. But I'm determined. I can speak Welsh. I can speak English, but I do get my words mixed up. You might find like in a lot of my videos, I get my words, like I swap my words around, or it's like, I don't say them properly and things, but I don't realise. Sometimes I realise when I'm editing and I'm like, oh, nah, it's just too much hassle to take all my mistakes out. So yeah. Gorgeous colours. I love those colours. I'm just going to go on my top waterline with this as well. What's your thoughts on subscription boxes? Are you cancelling yours or are you continuing with your subscription boxes for those of you that have got them? Yeah, what's your thoughts on like online shopping as well at this moment? Because we are on lockdown in the UK, but warehouses and places like Amazon, well, online even Look Fantastic, Huda Beauty, all the online shopping stores, they're still running. They're all following government procedures with social distancing and safety, etc. But as far as your thoughts, what do you think of it? Or are you on a complete spending ban at the moment and you're just using this time to just sit back and wait until it's over and then you're going to go on a nice spree? Niamh, or not? What are your thoughts? So going back to this shade down here, what I use for my crease, I'm using a Morphe. I'm not too sure what it is. It doesn't say a number, but I bought this in a set. I think it cost me like £11 from Huda Beauty a couple of weeks ago, and it's a set of eyeshadow brushes, and I thought, oh, I'll have a go at them. I really like these tiny brushes because you can really get in and do some detail work, which is handy. So just using this brush, I'm just going to concentrate in the middle of my eye, really, underneath, but in the middle. I'm going all the way over to the corners, but not all the way over there. I want it to be thicker just in the middle. And that's just so that it balances out the eye look. So using a clean powder puff, I'm just going to tap that underneath there, just to get rid of any excess, but also it helps to blend in the sparkly corner as well. So Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, my favourite mascara ever. So for my bottom lashes, I'm using, what is this? This is Smashbox Superfan. Because I got hardly any eyelashes on the bottom, I need to have a really small brush that isn't going to mess up my skin, basically, because yeah, I've got hardly any lashes there. But I do find that if I don't apply mascara, it just doesn't finish the look properly, so I just apply a little bit. Because I've got massive wings for this eye look, I find that my eyelashes, you can't really notice them. Can't really notice them that they're there at all. So I love wearing false lashes with this type of look because it just finishes it off better, for me anyway. There, I've trimmed them. They're smaller than normal, but I don't know what they are. I tend to open a packet, use them, get rid of the packet, and then I keep all my lashes together then in like a little drawer thing that I've got. So I don't know, so I just pick them up. But I really like these. I am sure they're Ardell lashes. I'm sure they are. Ooh. Start by putting it in the middle, and then the corner, and then the inner corner then. And press. Do any of you have Netflix? If so, what do you recommend watching? We've been watching Luther. We've watched all, I think it's 3-4 seasons on Netflix, and then we found out on iPlayer that there's season 5. Why haven't we watched it before? It is so good. Idris Elba, he is amazing. I really like him. So we've watched that. We started watching last night, I want to say The Lion King, but it's not. What's it called? Something King. You know the one. It's trending at the moment. It's about these people that keep big cats and things. It's documentary style. Yeah, we've watched 2 episodes and it's like, whoa. Yeah, it's intriguing. I can't say whether we like it or not, but it's definitely intriguing. So we're going to keep on watching. Trying to think, what did we watch before Luther? Oh, Lock and Key. We thought it was for like teenagers and stuff. And yes, there's a lot of teenagers in it. But no, it's a 15. It's a little bit scary. We found the storyline really interesting and intriguing. So if you haven't seen Lock and Key, if you're thinking, no, it's for your kids, watch it. You might be surprised. But so yeah, so that's one eyelash. Can you see the difference between the two? It just opens up my eyes further, doesn't it? It just sort of finishes the look. Killing Eve is coming on telly soon. Oh, I can't wait. First season, we loved it. It was hooked. Amazing. And I loved the music as well, to the point where I bought the album. Season 2, still liked it, but not as good. Not as good. So I'm hoping season 3 is going to be better than season 2. So we will see. What would you recommend us all to watch? Pop down in the comments what you'd recommend for us all to watch. What you've seen and you think is amazing. Must-see TV or Netflix or Now TV or whatever you've got at home. Whatever you've got, pop it down below so we can all have like a big list of things to go through. So to brighten up the inner corners a little bit more, I'm going in with L'Oreal Paris, and this is a white liner. So just a little bit in my waterline. I'm blending it over. halfway to the blue. You see the difference? Just brightens it up a little bit. So that's my eye look done. I'm just going to use, what is this? This is Lipstick Queen in shade Blooming Blush. Blush. So dramatic blue eyeliner and the gorgeous, gorgeous Huda Beauty shimmery and peachy tone shade. And then the CYO eyeliner underneath my eyes, a bit of white eyeliner. And then eyelashes, which I don't know what they are, and then mascara. But no, I love it. I love it. I love a little bit of a pop of colour on my eyes. So I hope you enjoyed watching. It's a little bit longer video than normal, but I just wanted to come on and do this makeup look because it's been requested a lot over the last couple of days, and I wanted to have a chat with you, just keeping you up to date how we are doing, and also a chance for us all to have a little bit of a chat down below and to give any tips and recommendations that we can all support each other. So huge thank you to all the key workers that are currently working under these conditions at the moment. My gosh, yeah, my heart goes out to them. They're doing an amazing, amazing job, and I hope that you keep safe and you keep well. So take care, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.